So then imagine someone is winning, someone is prospering, and you're wondering why, how. You're thinking it is by their hard work, it is by what they're doing. No, the grace of God is real. The grace of God is really real. Grace can be on someone's life, and you can't just explain. You can put two and two together, but it will give you 100. And you are putting two and two together in your own life, and it's giving you four. And you're wondering how, what's going on. This is the grace of God. So that's why you have to take God seriously, take spirituality seriously. God is grace. When God's hand is upon anything that you're doing, it will excel. When God's hand is upon your process, it will go smoothly. Smoothly, not in a way that you won't have problems, you won't have struggles, you will have those things, but God is with you. And that is why it won't affect your rate, it won't affect the pace at which you're going, because you're not going alone, you're going with God, the Lord, the creator of everything that sustains life. Imagine someone that does life just casually, and someone that does life with the person that sustains life, with the creator and sustainer of the whole universe. There's going to be a difference. There's going to be a difference. That's why everybody's process is different. As our faces are different, so is our processes. Your process can be my process can be your process, and we all have to trust in our processes. And now it depends on what you're trusting. What are you trusting? Are you trusting in your process by your wisdom and your own knowledge, or are you trusting in the process with God and the wisdom and knowledge from God? I recommend this one because that is the surest way, that is the most certain way to win in life when you do it with God. And then there is something about doing life with God that just gives you peace, it gives you certainty, it gives you an assurance, it gives you like protection. God just God is just like the missing piece in everything that just glues it together. I'm saying when you do life with God, you cannot fail. When you do life with God, your process, as you're trusting your process will trust you right back. It has no choice than to respond to the one that makes it work. And when you're doing life alone, you can rely on your hard work, you can rely on your intellect, you can rely on technology and all that. Yes, you will get results. Yes, you will see things, but the things you're getting, the things you're seeing is as a result of your hard work, which is obviously what it is, but there is an added advantage when you're doing it with God. Like I said, unexplainable results, unexplainable favor, grace, open doors, breakthroughs, hidden battles that will be fought for you. Because like I said, as the world is spiritual, there are a lot of things going on. There are the heart of man is desperately wicked. I think we all should know that by now. So there are people that will be doing all sorts of things behind closed doors against you. And you have no idea. Imagine doing it without God, and you can just fall victim to those kind of situations. But with God, He fights your hidden battles. He fights the things that you don't even see, the things that you don't even know exist. That is the biggest advantage, one of the biggest advantages of doing life with God. He fights your battles for you, and your spirit leads you. You cannot just fail. You can't just fall into the trap and temptations of the devil, because I mean you are clothed with God's full armor. You will resist every tricks, every imitations of the devil, and you excel and you will go through it like nothing happened. And even the people that are orchestrating those things for you will be wondering, how comes? How comes? How comes? They don't know. And it is not written on your forehead. Nobody has to know the business you do with God. As long as you are in business with God in spirit and in truth, trust me, your life will just go smoothly. Your process will be smooth. Your process will seem seamless. Although, yes, you have to put in the work, both physical work and spiritual work. That's praying, worshiping, doing the hard work you need to do, doing the things that you know you need to do to make whatever it is that you're doing to excel. You need to also do that and put that into consideration, because I mean, you cannot be lazy. How can you be lazy? You cannot be a lazy person and expecting it to happen like magic. It's not magic right here. It's the work you put in and the work you see. The thing is, doing life without God and doing life with God, you can be doing the same thing Like both of you, example, both of you can be doing the same thing, putting in the same results. The person not doing it with God will actually be seeing results. And then you, because you're doing it with God, imagine you now decide to just say, okay, God will help you, God will fight your battles, God is going to, you are not going to see any results. So because even as much as God is doing everything He's doing, you yourself also have to put in what you have to put. You have to do your own part. God works with you. It's not He works with you, He works for you, but like you actually have to do something. It's like a leap of faith. That's where faith comes in. You do things because you trust your process, you trust the things that you're doing, you trust that God is doing it with you because He is. While you're relying on your own self, you're relying on yourself and you're relying with God. And then God is not the only spiritual um what is the word? Spiritual entity that exists. There are others. There are numerous different ways what you have not seen or heard exists. People are worshiping all sorts of things. There are a lot of I don't know what to call them or how to classify them, but there are a lot and they really exist and they actually all principalities and powers in high and low places, everything they exist like they are real. They are so real, but God is the one lifted high above all other names. God is the one true God. That is what I believe. Although all these ones still exist, also they also have power. And now another example, you can be doing life with God, and someone. Okay, let me put like three categories now: doing life with God, doing life alone, and doing life with principalities and powers and other gods that is not the one true God. That is a lot. This is a whole lot. Like, there was a time I used to do life so ignorant about all this, and I wonder it was just the mercies of God that sustained me because how did I survive? That is why there were unexplainable things. There were things just going on I couldn't explain just because I did not have the weight that is required to go through certain doors, to do some certain things. Even if I try, no matter I was like the person in the middle with nothing, with no spiritual backing. I was just relying on like my own intellect and what I can do. And I was like years back. And I was seeing the results of what I was doing and I was like happy, like that was okay for me. But it gets to a point where you know that there is more, and when you try to like go more, you know that there's more, and you're trying to get more, and then it just can't happen. That's when you'll be like, you start wondering what is wrong, what is wrong. Some people never get past this stage. Some people just worry what is wrong for the rest of their life. But when you get to Jesus, it's either you get to Jesus, which I highly recommend, or you now head to the principalities and powers and other gods and everything. God is life, He's light, He's the truth. This one's is not free. There is always a price to pay. There is always a price to pay. So, would you rather go to the one true God that has already paid the price? This God bought you. He paid a price for you. Like you just all you have to do is just believe in Him, and everything else falls into place. While this one, you are paying the price. You are paying the price. You are. It's not just you like you pay the price and okay you pay the price. You keep paying the price. You keep renewing your price. You keep pleasing. You keep doing and doing. It is like a repeated, but this one is just once. He has done it once and it is over. That's the kind of power and authority that he has. And yeah, so when you make the choice and you pick the side you want to pick and then you work in it, funny enough, not funny enough, very serious. They both would work, but like I said, one is completely paid for and one you have to pay for. So you pick what works for you. And then you still have to trust your process. These things don't happen like magic. You still have to do the things you are supposed to do. You still have to keep showing up, keep doing the things, keep working, keep doing what it is you are trusting to happen for it to happen. And then because you can't tell who is who, what is what, you cannot under you now there is now this person backed up by spiritualities, principalities, and power, and there is you backed up by God. Because you cannot differentiate, like with your physical eyes, you can't differentiate between the both of them. So now, here you are. Imagine you're backed up by God and you're there, you're now seeing someone else that is backed up by principalities and powers. And I'm just using that to like explain what I mean, right? And you're now wondering, you're now envying them, you're now like, wow, God, why is your own not whooping? Why is your own slow? Why is your growth slow? Why have you not gotten that? When you're seeing their results, seeing what is going on for them, seeing the things that are happening to them, instead of you to trust in your God, trust in the things that God is doing for you, trust and believe. Like there's no other like it's just victory. Victory is certain. Just trust the process. And then because this one is fast, this one is just like I mean, you know how it is. And then you're like, now it's not if you're not strong in your belief, if you're not now strong in your spirit, you're gonna start envying, you're gonna start getting jealous, you're gonna start feeling like what's going on? How are you not getting this? Why you people are doing the same thing? People, both of you are like we're all working, we're all doing this thing. This person is buying cars, this person is buying houses, this person is buying land, this person is prospering, this one is doing, and you're here working, doing all these things. Like you start comparing yourself and doing, hold up, trust and believe in your process. Don't compare. Trust in your process. Put your head down in what you're doing and work in it because your way, your path, your truth is completely different from this other person. All I'm just saying is trust in your process. Trust in what you're doing. And so long as you're doing it with God, you're doing the right thing and you're doing everything that is required to make whatever it is that you're doing to prosper, it is going to prosper. Guard your heart, guard your mouth, guard your eyes, and guard everything that will lead you to sin because it is so easy to fall into sin and temptation. The devil is lurking, he's looking, he is always out there looking for a window, looking for a door, looking for a single passage to enter into your heart and start, doing what he does best. So trust in God, trust in your process, trust in the things that you know that you are supposed to do. You can celebrate people, you can appreciate people, you can give them their flowers and everything, but do that from a kind place, do that from a good place, do that with a clean heart. Don't hold jealousy and or animosity in your heart because of any reason. If someone is going ahead of you, that is just to tell you that it is possible. You can also go ahead. There's no like would I say rush or competition? Competition is like it's not they are healthy competition and they are like unhealthy competition. So competition is not entirely bad, but it's when it becomes unhealthy that is bad. So if someone is excelling and you are also so long as you are doing something, know that you are going to also get there. Trust that your process is going to get to the victory point that you are heading to. Don't let another person's success to derail you, distract you, or discourage you from what you're doing because what you're doing is also going to succeed so long as you trust in your process and you trust in the things that you're doing. Okay, thank you.